I can't remember which one I like better.
Well, believe
This
it or
one
not,
doesn't drink very hot, though.
this is it.
What do you mean this is it? What are you talking about?
I got an in.
You're so full of crap.
Nope. That's it. Try that.
Hello and welcome everyone to episode 182 of the Mashup, the shortest bourbon conversation you're going to hear all week long. We are your hosts, Stephen, Kenny, and Anthony. Hello, Kenny.
What's up, big dog?
I noticed that we are replacing Stephen for this short with...
I just thought Stephen grew his hair out.
Oh, you thought so? Okay. Well, it's Stephen, or no, it's Shannon.
Ba-da-ba-da.
We're the same height,
Wonderful.
Stephen and I.
That's great.
I can see how you could mistake us for each other.
I love it. Well, I will tell you something. So my parents live in Georgetown, and their neighbor listens to our podcast regularly. And she came out the one day and told my mom, I listened to your son's podcast, but they need a female voice on that podcast. So you asked, and we've answered. And here's Shannon Mills for you, ladies and gentlemen, tonight joining us for this short.
Thank you.
Yay! All right, so lady and gentlemen, Kenny hasn't said anything yet. Tonight we have a bottle of Elijah Craig single barrel proof from Jackson's Wine and Spirit. And the reason why I wanted to do this bottle tonight and get your opinion on it is because I went on this pick. I was one of 6 people that were on the pick, so I can't take full credit. Or if you don't like it, I can't take any of the wrath. But we picked 2 barrels that day, actually, and this is just one of 2. I'm not sure what's happened with the other one. It hasn't come in yet. But should we get right into it here?
Did you do a 94 and a barrel proof, or are they both barrel proof?
They were both barrel proof,
Okay.
And they only went in there thinking they were selecting one, but they liked 2 of them. And the thing for me is I can't remember which one was which because I liked one better than the other.
Yeah.
And since I don't have them side by side, I don't know if this is the one I liked better or not.
Well, if you don't like this one, then we'll just say it's
the other one.
Better.
All right. Well, let me let me pass the ball around to you so you guys can start getting your pour here.
It's kind of light.
It is. It's 9 years old. Here, let me give you the specs on this. So, as I mentioned, Elijah Craig barrel proof, a store pick from Jackson Wine and Spirits. Great people down there in Lexington. This pick's still available, so definitely go and see them and visit their store. They got a lot of great stuff there. Distillery, of course, is Heaven Hill Distillery. The bottle date is 2024. The ABV is 60.4, so this is coming in 120.8 proof. The age is 9 years, and I think it was 7 months. The mash bill, 78% corn, 10% rye, 12% malted barley, and the MSRP on this, I think, was about $83. I think that's where it was at after tax. It was close to 90, so maybe it was 85. Yeah, somewhere in there.
I've seen a lot of other ECB picks at some of the bigger liquor stores for 89. So
Right.
sounds like it's a little bit less expensive.
I think so. I could be misremembering the price, but yeah, there you go. So I love. I mean. You guys, I'm a Jackson's person. I love Eric and John. They're great people. They're family-owned business. We've talked about them before. And the store is in a side of town that's a little bit on the, what's the best way to put that?
I grew up there.
You grew up there?
Yeah, so watch what you say.
Okay, all right. Well, I wasn't going to say anything about it. It's just interesting. You get an eclectic.
Yes, you were. Yeah, that's where you led to.
No, it's an eclectic bunch of people down there, and every time you
Why
go
are you turning red?
It's like it's like opening a barrel of monkeys.
Poor?
Yeah, there you go.
You mean poor?
No, not poor. No, there's all kinds of clientele. I'm serious that when I go down there, it's funny. I've stood behind the counter before.
I'm not talking about the clientele. I'm talking about the neighborhood.
Oh, the hood. Yeah, the hood's a little bit poor. But I didn't know you grew up down there.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, when I went to Heaven Hill to pick this, they had, and I always appreciate this about Eric and John, they take their customers there, right? They don't just take like, hey, we're going to take a pick group or whatever. They're like, if you're a good customer, we'll offer you to go on the pick, which is really nice of them to do that. So a lot of people get the opportunity to do that wouldn't otherwise get it. So anyway, what are you nosing here? Anybody nosing? Kenny's already tasting.
I know it's alcohol.
Yeah, a lot of these EC picks are a little ethanol pop, man. They're hot.
This has got a pretty gentle nose on it, though. What'd you say, 120 proof?
120.8, yeah. We don't trust Kenny's nose anyway. He's always stuffed up, as he says, right?
I am.
But it is a little floral.
Yeah. I'd say, it probably, He probably didn't know. I mean, knows like it's 120.6. I mean, it's pretty good.
Just a little below proof.
I freaking love it. It's amazing. No, I pick up a little.
It's a little
floral, and a little bit of the classic, what I call classic Heaven Hill peanut, which has invaded the Heaven Hill after, you know.
I don't get peanut, but there is a very Heaven Hill aroma on their products, and it was there.
Hard to explain. It's like a dusty board with a peanut on it.
I don't know what it is, but I love it.
Okay, so I'm chewing it.
So I'm not going to have one tasting note for this. I'm going to have like an actual. I'm going to tell you exactly what I taste, and I'm going to relate it to a dessert.
So it's a little floral in the front.
Okay.
It's almost dry. Not quite, but almost. And then it's a little woody in the end.
Okay. So you're talking about like almost like the texture of it, what's leaving there. Is it drying,
almost.
Like, almost like, a little bit of woody notes. Now, here's what I can't remember. One of the barrels we picked spent all of its time in one rick house, and one was moved 3 times. I don't think this was the one that was moved 3 times. I'm not sure. But I definitely, I want to know. I want to get the other one so I can compare the two.
I didn't know Heaven Hill moved their barrels.
Well, they only moved this one.
Don't.
Yeah, they were decommissioning a warehouse. So like it started in one warehouse, then it got moved to one that was being decommissioned, and they put another one. There was one that we picked that day that was in 3 different warehouses. So that was pretty unique. Mm-hmm. Well, for me, without any comparison, I think Kenny's pouring himself a comparison over there. You guys know Dairy Queen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Blizzard.
But for me, when I was younger, I used to get the peanut butter parfait, you know?
Yeah.
With like the caramel, the peanuts, but the peanuts have like the skin on them. Mm-hmm. And then you got the vanilla ice cream, right? That's kind of like what I describe the finish of this as. It has that like peanutty, vanilla-y, caramelly kind of montage to me. It's a very classic bourbon flavors and very classically Heaven Hill, in my opinion.
Like it's a little sharp on my tongue by a little bit, and maybe that's the almost drying, like what Shannon's talking about.
Right.
I'm gonna go in for one more sip, but the first 2 sips I had, I get a little bit more floral that I usually don't get on a lot of traditional Heaven Hill stuff.
Oh, that floral front.
So I get some of the classic traditional Heaven Hill nuttiness, but I'm getting some floral that I don't usually get on most Heaven Hills.
Like a Willet floral?
Like a Willet.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Now, the ECBP that I did with OBC Kitchen was very Willet, floral, potpourri, vibey.
No, this one's more subtle.
And this one is not as much as that.
Yeah,
right,
it's
right.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for, is that, but I must have, I don't have an open
You
bottle.
stashed it.
No, we actually drank it all. No, there it is.
There it is.
There it is. I'm going to go grab it instead.
There you go.
But yeah, that's what but it's just not quite as Willet vibey as the one I did with OBC.
Right.
But this is, it's a good mixture, I think, of the two. Like a good blend, like it's good.
I gotcha. Well, we always hear about like the ECBP picks being a little bit more underwhelming compared to the blends. And it's weird because anybody tasted this year's Elijah Craig Barrel Proof batches at all?
I tasted, I think the B524 down at J-Hob.
Yeah.
And after tasting, I didn't buy it.
Okay.
Not that it wasn't good. It just like, it didn't hit as good as last year's B or C, and then my B520 C920s.
Okay.
So I'm just really trying to, like we talked about before, just, if I'm not, it's not like amazing, incredible, wonderful.
Yeah.
Or if I'm not on the pick itself or anything emotionally tied, I'm really trying to hold off.
I hear you. No, it's good.
Man, they got really earned their spot on the shelf.
Yeah, I know, right? Kenny's really privileging the shelf space down here.
Absolutely.
Well, it's interesting. When Elijah Craig started going to the age statements, was that last year? They went like younger than 12 years, and then they went above. And now I think all the batches this year have been younger. And then their pick program, when they started out, I'm pretty sure there was like 11, 12, and 13-year-old barrels. And now almost everything is like 8, 9, 10, right?
Yeah.
It's very rare to get anything above 10. And I don't know if that's because that's what they think their sweet spot is, but it's very weird.
Well, I was going to say, even with the, what is it, You Do Bourbon?
Yeah.
Elijah Craig is one of those 4 choices.
Okay.
So they've been moving barrels like crazy since 2020 or 2021 when they introduced that program.
Right.
I would say they're...
Taste that, sir.
I mean, I don't know how many rig houses they have of Elijah Craig, but, that's a very popular touristy attraction and thing people like to do.
Okay. Was that the BHG pick?
Yeah.
Okay. I get it. Yeah, that is definitely
more like willowy.
Yeah, more willowy,
like floral vibes.
Yeah, and the finish on that is not as like this finish on the Jackson's pick is a little bit sharp.
Yeah,
it grips you a little bit, and that one's not as sharp.
And this one is 126 proof, actually, man. It's also 9 years old.
So it's higher proof, and it's 9 years old. Okay, gotcha. Very good.
So, and we've talked on here, we've talked on Journey Drinkers, that as bourbon nerds, when we heard they were going to have the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Pick program, that was the most exciting news we've had in a while.
Right.
And they ended up being the most disappointing picks. But a lot of those were 10, 11 years old, 12 years old. So, and it was just like, it was either like corn husk and just peanut in a not a good way on a lot of those.
Right.
So now that I think they've transitioned on purpose to 8 and 9 year barrels, because honestly, I think it is more of a sweet spot unless they're doing their blending like they're doing, which is why on their batches, that's a testament to how good their blenders are, is they blend a lot of that stuff out.
Right.
It's like even the OBC picks, not this one I was on, but even before, they had an 11 year, an 8 year, and I think 2 9 years or something. And that 8 year was my jam.
Oh, yeah?
At that dinner we went to, remember that day? They had all those?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I actually love the 8 year the most.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why we're seeing more 8 and 9 year picks in their pick program, because that just tends to be a little bit better when you're doing a single barrel with them.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, it's really interesting that their single barrel programs evolved like that, and I really wish we had the other pick here tonight so I can compare the two. I can't remember if this was the one that was drinking hotter for me than the other one. I can't remember which one I like better.
Well, believe
this
it or
one
not,
doesn't drink very hot, though.
this is it.
What do you mean this is it? What are you talking about?
I got an in.
You're so full of crap.
Nope, that's it. Try that.
Oh my God.
I got an in. So how do you like that compared to the pick that you brought?
That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It's not?
Try your first one.
What are you doing?
I don't believe him
What's
either.
he doing to me
I don't
over
believe
here?
him either.
Kenny, why have you isolated me now and you're messing with me over here?
I'm not, man.
Well, it's weird. I think I actually like that one a little bit better, the Jackson's pick, than that one. What am I doing there? What are you pulling? You got Shannon's all
here's the
confused. I'm
thing.
confused.
Taste profile.
Right.
I like the Jackson's pick better.
Okay.
Than the one I just gave you.
Yes, absolutely.
I just wish it wasn't like sharp on my tongue, but a little sharpness.
Right. It's
a little
back.
edgy.
It's just a little bit edgy. That's why I wonder if that's a grip and rip. Which one did you just give me?
One of the better ones.
Really?
B523. Last year's B523.
That was B523?
Which was Whiskey of the Year on several boards in several places.
And that was one that I really liked too.
So I would put that Jackson's pick up with that B523 for sure.
Dang, how about that?
Seriously.
But for the experience, the B523 would win because the finish is softer.
A little bit softer finish,
that is a softer
but I like
finish,
the taste profile
Yeah.
on the Jackson's, man. So that's what I wanted to do was
that was clever of you.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you didn't just open that, did you? It was open already?
No, it's already open.
Okay, because I got two B523s at the house, yeah.
Whenever we blinded them, most of us picked the B523 over that
I did.
more expensive coveted C923.
I totally did. I still have one. I have one C923 coming to a Facebook group near you.
But I just want to make sure.
I mean, not.
But I want you to have it.
It's a charity.
Charity.
Right? It's a charity.
It's a charity thing, yeah.
But I want you to have it next to the Jackson just to show that the Jackson's actually is really good.
That hangs, man. Yeah, that's
dude.
good. That's very good. Yeah.
Because I've had a lot of picks that don't hang.
Right, exactly. And I think, listen, it was a really good eclectic group that day of people that like me, that taste a lot, versus people who are like, they got their collections, they really enjoy the hobby, but they're looking at more of the bourbon, I think, than they're drinking.
Right.
But it was such a great group. We had a great time that day, and I think I was happy with what we did. So I'm glad to have you put it through its paces here and give it its fair.
I think my
due.
OBC pick's better.
Yes. Oh yeah, I agree with you. I'm not gonna say that it's not.
But the OBC number one, I don't know if they ever released it or if they're going to. But number two, if they do, it'll be $99, $109 plus tax.
Oh really?
So a little bit more expensive, yeah.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, Kenny has actually made me sign like a contract that says that I cannot no matter what I do, have a better pick than anything he's ever involved with. I'm just kidding.
We got lucky that day, man. It's just on a lot of these picks, man. It's just it's luck,
Right.
luck of the draw. It just depends on what they put out that day for you to pick from.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like you're walking through the Rick House picking whatever you want. So,
no doubt. I think there's 3 barrels, right? We had to eliminate one.
There's been several times that I go on a pick and I don't buy, even though we picked the
Any
best
of
one
them.
that day.
Yeah.
When it comes out, I don't buy in.
Yeah.
No.
Because it still wasn't good. It was the best that day, but it doesn't mean it's good.
No, I hear you. And that's for sure. So should we do a quick pass try by here? Shannon, can we put you on the spot? We'd love to hear more about what you think.
Well, as far as buying,
Uh-huh.
it comes out of the same pot. He and I.
Your opinion, though. Your
So
opinion.
you got to give your opinion. Yeah.
So for $85,
Yeah.
I think everything's worth a try.
Okay.
Like, it's always worth a try.
I try.
Yeah,
What would you buy, though?
I would not.
Okay.
Okay.
I would not.
That's fair.
Because the finish is a little sharp,
The sharpness. Okay.
and there are an abundance of Elijah Craigs
Okay.
that have come before this one
Oh, I know.
that are
I still-
much tastier.
When that pick program started, do you remember when we had like 9 picks in your basement? we literally loaded up with everybody got their
Everybody that
hands
had
on
a
different
pick,
stuff.
yeah.
Put them all on the table, and I think we only like 2 out
It
of
was
9.
so disappointing.
We only like 2 of them, man.
Here they come to the depot.
Bad. Oh my god, it was bad. Yeah,
That was bad.
yeah. So yes, I
yeah,
hear
but
you.
there are other barrel proofs, I guess I should say. Maybe not picks, but there are other barrel proofs that have come before this one that are better.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
I am going to be a buy.
Oh wow,
And the reason I say that, now here's the thing. All right. Let me preface.
back up.
Myself personally,
Right.
I'm not going to buy
Yes,
because I own a lot of B520s and C920s.
Kenny has 60,000 bottles of
But-
Elijah Craig total.
The reason I'm still going to be a
Give or take.
That's true.
Yeah.
The reason I'm still going to be a buy is if you compare to this year's A124 and B524,
Right,
we just compared it to last year's B523,
which is a banger.
Every 2021 and 2022 batch. This is better than every 2021, 2022, in my opinion. I wish it didn't have like a little sharp finish like
Right,
that. But
right.
the flavor's so good, I think after 2 or 3 sips, you might,
Yeah,
not really feel that sting anymore.
kind of ignore it.
But I'll be a buy because I think it's better than those.
All right. Well, I'm the homer over here. You guys kind of know what I'm going to say. Like, I did buy it, and I bought a couple bottles of it, and I'm not disappointed that I did.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like you now, though, because I have been on enough picks now. I think I've actually been above 10 now. Right?
That's awesome, dude.
Which is crazy. Where there are times where I walk away where I'm like, I don't care what happens there. I'm not going to buy any of those. It's not going to happen. So for this one, I didn't feel like that. I'm glad that Eric and John got a good barrel down there, and I'm excited to see the next one. And of course, I'm a buy, but I think that you had a lot of perspective that I wouldn't have been able to give by having us taste the B543.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that actually, and not having tasted any ones this year, and you've tasted them. That's actually great because
I might have I actually might have both batches this year. I know I definitely had the B524.
Well, it's just funny because we
But
always
I think
look,
I have both batches.
but we're always talking about Elijah Craig barrel proof batches, and this year
Yeah.
it's been silence because
I
they haven't
just-
been good, right? I mean, I haven't heard any chatter on them, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so instead of chasing those batches, you just go on down to Jackson Wine and Spirit,
That's why I'm a buy.
go see Big John
Yeah,
and Eric,
That's
right?
why I'm a buy, bro.
And with that, thanks for listening to this episode. Please like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Mashup KY.
Don't forget to visit our partner, bourbonoutfitter.com. Enter code The Mashup for a special discount.
Also,
Head on over to our partner, the Woodwork Collective, at woodworkcollective.shop. Enter code MASHUP for a 15% discount.
let us know your thoughts on this bottle in the comment section. Until next time, keep it neat.